for joining us. It is another edition of the news program, Sunday Newswatch, the first edition in the month of October. Today, as always, the curtain raiser is a comprehensive news program which will focus on state, national, and international stories. The second segment, of course, is dedicated for a social diary corner, people and events, where we highlight social events of various degrees. This will be anchored by Lara Emmanuel. Hello, Lara, and happy Independence Day celebration to you.
Happy Independence Day to you. Thank you. And happy Independence Day to you watching me. I'll be taking you through the events, the Owambe, that are happening around town. So you just stay with us, and I will be right back.
Thanks so much, Lara. I am Bukola Agbakiso, your anchor on the news segment. Do stay with us. I'll be right back. Thanks so much for joining us. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. We're starting with this report. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the conferment of the prestigious national honor of Commander of the Federal Republic on the immediate past Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara. Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Senator George Akume, announced this in a letter he conveyed to the former Speaker. CFR is the third highest national honor in Nigeria after GCON and GCFR that was specially conferred on only presidents and former presidents. The honor comes more than 3 years since he left office as the 14th Speaker of the House of Representatives. National honors are the highest honors presidents of most countries confer on citizens who make exceptional contributions in service to the country. Honorable Dogara, who is a recipient of many awards, both home and abroad, was listed among the 437 nominees for the 2022 National Honors Award. He was credited for introducing legislative reforms in the 8th Assembly, which saw to the passage of an unprecedented number of bills and establishment of key agencies such as the Northeast Development Commission and Consumer Protection Commission, among others. The Not Too Young to Run bill was also there. New York City Mayor Mr. Eric Adams joined Nigerians from all walks of life to celebrate the 62nd independence anniversary of the homeland. Adams, in a speech at the Independence Day Carnival, paid glowing tribute to Nigerians for their resilience and unique social and cultural life. He recalled with nostalgia his visit to Africa, but that his experience in Lagos stood out, declaring that no city throws a party like Lagos. The mayor thanked Nigerians for the support when he was running to become the mayor of the city of New York. Adams also recalls the pains of the slave trade and declared that Africans built America to become the greatest country on earth. The Nigeria's ambassador to the United States, Dr. Uzoma Emenike, in remarks, thanked the organization for the advancement of Nigerians and partners for the tireless efforts organizing the event for over 30 years. Emenike noted that Nigeria was not only African country whose nationality is celebrated with the temporary closure of a busy strategic road at 2nd Avenue in Midtown. The Nigeria envoy commended Nigerians in the United States for the spirit of excellence, adding that they are the real ambassadors. Negative confessions and inability of Nigerians to see anything good in the country are partly responsible for the socio-economic disruption the country has been facing. The General Overseer of the Victory Life Bible Church, Apostle Lawrence Achideme, stated this during a church service to commemorate Nigeria's 62nd independence anniversary at the church special service. Bolaji Samson, who covered the event at the church headquarters in Abeokuta, reports that the special Sunday service had as its theme, winning the war.
It is a time of celebration and thanksgiving to the Almighty God at Victory Life Bible Church, Abeokuta, as they celebrate and mark Nigeria's 62nd years of independence with the theme, Winning the War. Speaking at the Thanksgiving service, the General Overseer of the Victory Life Bible Church, Apostle Lawrence Achudume, assured that the 62nd Independence Anniversary is birthing a new Nigeria and enjoined Nigerians to remain steadfast and not to despair as things will surely get better.
It says, blessed be the Lord. He daily, not weekly, not monthly, not yearly, but daily loaded us with benefits. And the Lord has asked me to declare unto you and unto Nigeria that from today, no day will be wasted in this nation.
Guest preacher Bishop Tom Sampson prophesied that Nigeria is coming out of any form of siege.
Will there ever be a solution? Of course, the solution has started. The great man of God was talking before moving. There is hope for Nigeria.
Apostle Achudume lamented the fact that Nigerians are fast losing her good brains to developed countries, saying we need to elect credible leaders to reverse the trend.
If you look at the world globally, Nigerians are doing exploit across the world in medicine, name it, everywhere. It's time to come back and duplicate it. There are people who are here back home who have been watching what is going on. They've been at brooding stage. It's time to give birth to that new Nigeria. And I say this prophetically.
The Sunday service is a special independence anniversary ceremony. Bolaji Sampson, OGTV News.
Away from the independence celebration, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said the nation's registered political parties must disclose the sources of the campaign funds and keep to the rules of campaign. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said the nation's registered political parties must disclose the sources of campaign funds and keep to the rules guiding campaign financing and spending limits. According to him, there are also limits for what individuals can contribute to campaign financing, as individuals can only make contributions subject to certain limits. The INEC boss reiterated that parties cannot receive financial contributions from outside the country, and that if there is any money received by any party from outside the country, such funds must be transferred to the Commission. On the security of its online and electronic systems, Yakubu assured that the Commission would invest heavily on cybersecurity, adding that any organization that operates an online platform is susceptible to hacking, but their defense system is very robust. In line with the timetable of activities released by the Independent National Electoral Commission, the candidates for the national elections, President and National Assembly are now allowed to commence campaign activities towards the 2023 general elections. However, to align the campaign programs of the candidates of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State with the national campaign timetable of the party and ensure a harmonized and orderly campaign in the state, the Executive Council of Ogun State APC is in the process of constituting its campaign committee. The campaign committee will liaise with the national headquarters, the Presidential Campaign Council, and the governor to draw a comprehensive campaign timetable for the state. In the meantime, the candidates are encouraged to continue the consultations with various stakeholders, electorates, and interest groups ahead of the campaign flag-off. Consequently, the Ogun State chapter of the party hereby directs that all candidates wait for further directives with respect to campaign flag-off activities. All candidates and indeed all members of the party in the state should be guided accordingly, it was stated. The 15th annual lecture organized by the Muslim Congress Ogun State Chapter holds on Monday, 3rd October 2022 at the main auditorium, Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, starting at 10 in the morning. The lecture, which has as its theme, Restoring Our Pristine National Values, is aimed at assessing the public towards the restoration of national and collective values, which will mitigate the challenges of insecurity and corruption. The Muslim Congress is a non-profit religious organization that caters for the needs of youth and the elderly by providing them with multifaceted services. Not less than 12 communities, mostly in Esako Central North Government Area, Edo North Senatorial District, have been submerged by flood as a result of torrential rain in the last few days that has resulted in the River Niger overflowing its banks. Many of the residents have to flee because the water level in most of the communities has gone above the window level of the houses, while those who manage to move around go in canoes. Residents say this is the worst flood they have had since 2012, when they thought they had seen the worst. Churches, mosques, markets, and schools have all been taken over by the flood water. Agricultural produce like rice, cassava, vegetables, potatoes, groundnut, and others have been completely submerged by the devastating floods. The people are calling on government at the federal, state, and local levels to come to their aid before they start losing their lives due to the devastating effects of the flood. Scores of persons have been displaced from their homes and others trapped by the surging flood ravaging Uzere, Araya, Aviara, some parts of Ibide, and other communities in Isoko South local government area of Delta State. Farmlands in the agrarian communities have also been destroyed by the rising flood, as farmers in some of the areas were cited embarking on panic harvest in an effort to recover their rotten cassava, yams, and other crops. It was learned that some residents of Aviara have been trapped in their homes as the road linking the community to Aviara has been completely overtaken by flood. We take a short break now, and when we return, the news continues. Don't go away. Know that you're still there. The news continues. Brazilians are voting in an election which could see the country switch from a far-right to a left-wing leader. Voting is compulsory for the more than 156 million people eligible. Incumbent Jair Bolsonaro is seeking a second term, but faces a challenge from ex-president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. He did not directly answer journalists' questions on whether he would respect the result if he loses. The poll is taking place in one of the world's most populous democracies, and the result is expected within hours after polls. And still taking foreign news, Russia has withdrawn its troops from the strategic Ukrainian town of Liman in a move seen as a significant setback for its campaign in the east. The retreat came amid fears thousands of soldiers will be encircled in the town, Russia's defense ministry said. Recapturing Liman could let Ukrainian soldiers reach more contested territory in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Sunday that the town had been completely cleared of Russian troops. Liman had been used as a logistics hub by Russia, making its recapture all the more significant to Ukrainian forces. The battlefield setback prompted the Chechen leader and hardline Moscow ally Ramzan Kadyrov to comment that Russia should consider using low-yield nuclear weapons in the face of such defeats. Liman is in Donetsk, one of 4 partially occupied Ukrainian regions which Russia declared it was annexing on Friday. Ukraine and its Western allies have dismissed the move as an illegal land grab. In celebration of World Walking Day, the aerobic group An offshoot of the physiotherapy department of the Federal Medical Center took to the streets of Abeokuta for a walk for life campaign from Chakmon to the Federal Medical Center Abeokuta to sensitize the people on being physically active. Sukomi Adeomi has the details of the report.
Every October 1st brings to memory the Independence Day celebrated across the globe by Nigerians. Beyond this, the day is as significant to the world as it is to Nigerians, though this time as World Walking Day. The day is set aside to sensitize people on being physically active, as well as to create awareness on the global crisis of physical inactivity. To this end, the aerobic group, an offshoot of the physiotherapy department of the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, has commemorated the day with a walk from Chakmon in Abeokuta to FMC Idiaba. The head of the physiotherapy department, Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, Mrs. Taiwo Olatunji, encouraged the people to walk.
Walking is good, very good exercise. In fact, if we are talking about a pill or a drug that is very potent, it is called walking. Now we have to begin to build walking into our daily routine, our daily activities. We don't have to be taking cab or riding on bikes every time. Let us walk. Let us walk. There are a lot of benefits that we derive from walking.
The coordinator of the aerobic group, FMCA, Ramon Latif, alongside other experts, also reeled out the benefits of walking to the health of Nigerians.
We observe that the easiest form of exercise that anybody can participate in is to walk. The easiest way to control your BP, to kind of control your metabolism, your system generally, is by walking. And it is cheap, and it is free, and it is easy. So let's begin to walk.
We all have to be physically active. Physical activity has been known to be one of the key ingredients in the management of non-communicable diseases. If your body is active, all your vital organs will be working at maximum capacity.
There is a fact that the legs contain more than 50% of the bones of the body. So if they are weak, you're writing your demise too soon. So you have to make the legs very strong. We are for carrying the weight of the body. One has to do a lot of walking.
This is like a way of sensitizing the community that, okay, you can prevent these certain things with exercise. You can prevent certain disease with exercise, and you being physically active promotes long life and prevents, all sorts of terminal disease.
When you engage in regular exercise, you oxygenate your blood, you make your lungs to be healthier. Not just that, you make your bone to be stronger, your immune system becomes stronger, your metabolism, is more sharper, more improved.
Exercise is important for the longevity of life, and no matter your size or age, walking is the simplest form of exercise one can do. Sukomi Adeomi, OGTV News.
Still taking sports reports, at least 125 people have died in a crash at an Indonesian football match that has become one of the world's worst stadium disasters. Hundreds were also hurt in aftermath of home team Arimas FC's loss to bitter rivals at the overcrowded stadium late on Saturday in Malang, East Java. The crash took place after the police tear-gassed fans who invaded the pitch. As panic spread, thousands surged towards Kanjuruhan Stadium's exit, where many suffocated. FIFA, the world's governing football body, states that no crowd control gas should be carried or used by stewards or police at matches. Indonesian officials at one stage put the death toll in the disaster as high as 174 people, but this was later revised downwards. President Joko Widodo has ordered that all matches in Indonesia's top league must be stopped until an investigation has been carried out. Meanwhile, FIFA President Gianni Infantino says it is a dark day for football following the death of at least 125 people in a crash at a football match in Indonesia. About 180 people were also hurt after Arema FC's loss to rivals Persebaya Surabaya in East Java on Saturday. The crush took place after police tear-gassed fans who invaded the pitch. As panic spread in Kanjuruhan Stadium in Malang, thousands surged towards the exits where many suffocated. Away from that now, Manchester City's Erling Haaland became the first player to score 3 successive Premier League home hat-tricks as Manchester United were humiliated in the derby at Etihad Stadium. Haaland's rampant start to the season continued as he made it 17 goals in 10 games since his move from Borussia Dortmund, while Phil Foden scored his first treble for City as they closed on gap on pace, setters Arsenal to 1 point. This was a brutal reality check for United after their recent improvement as the reigning Premier League champions ran riot to illustrate the gulf in class between the teams. City's lightning start was rewarded when Foden swept home Bernardo Silva's cross after 8 minutes before Haaland inevitably joined the action with a header from a corner 11 minutes before half-time. As United subsided, Haaland slid in a third from Kevin De Bruyne's perfect pass, then turned provider to set up a simple finish for Foden before the break. Wolves have sacked manager Bruno Lage after 16 months in charge following Saturday's defeat by West Ham United left them in 3 bottom 3. Lage succeeded Nuno Espirito Santo last summer and led Wolves to a 10th place finish in his first season in charge. However, they have won and lost 9 of the past 15 Premier League matches under the Portuguese. Wolves chairman Jeff Shea said that poor form meant he had no choice but take the difficult decision to sack Lage. The decision has come after high-level meetings in the wake of Saturday's 2-0 defeat at the London Stadium, which raised renewed questions over the former Benfica boss. The Black Country side have only scored 3 goals and picked up 6 points from 8 games this season. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez has reaffirmed his club's commitment to a European Super League and says football does not recognize that the game in its present form is sick. Real were one of 12 European clubs to sign up to the ESL in April 2021, but it collapsed after a fan backlash. Real, Barcelona and Juventus have yet to formally abandon the project. The 12-team Super League, including Premier League sides Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United and Tottenham, was greeted with widespread condemnation from supporters and sparked protests outside grounds in England. But speaking at Real Madrid's General Assembly, Perez said future generations of fans were focusing on different types of entertainment and made a comparison with tennis when he highlighted what he sees as football's inadequacies. We'll take a break now, and when we return, it will be time for People and Events. Do stay with us.